Hello everybody, my name is Jacqueline Whitebird. I'm from Luwila Wakpa community here on the Rosebud Reservation. I am full-blood Sicangu Lakota. I'm from the Ashke Euphemity Tioshpai, or the Ashke clan, Ashke Euphemity, which is the last clan on the Rosebud. We talk about the family members that go into that group, or our family is part of that. So, but all the 7 families are still alive, and we still have sacred parts of the Oshpaya that we have to take care of. So some of them are long gone. People don't think of them or ask about them anymore, but there's things we do to help keep the Timsila going. With my family's property, we have the red Timsila, and special songs and prayers are said every spring so that the Timsila continues to grow. The Timsila is used as a medicinal plant for our people to survive. A lot of it's used for high blood pressure, the diabetes that kind of engulfed our people. I have 12 brothers. I have a son and a bunch of animals at my house. So I live in off the roadway in a country road, so I'm pretty much out in the open. So I graduated from St. Francis Indian School back in 1980. I went to Black Hills State and I earned an associate's in criminal justice there. After that, I spent a year working for the group Bernard Soutagran, which is out of La Rochelle, France. And so I was able to work with them and tell them about the history of how our people were up to the turn of the century and into the 30s. So I have a long history of my parents, grandparents being educated in the schools in the time of the Carlisle days. They went to Genoa Indian School, which is located in Nebraska. And back then you only went as far as 6th grade. So it was an industrial school. So I have relatives that have finished there and went on. I also have relatives that were in the part of the group that the government managed to take off the reservation and take to the sanctuary that's south of Sioux Falls, Canton Insane Asylum. And they were placed there, and I think their removal was because of them speaking up on behalf of their tribal people. And it's a long, cold, ugly history, but that's part of where my family was taken to. So one was a judge, and there were people that spoke up. And today we still have some members of our family that still speak up and get in trouble for that. My mother's part, Shahila, so she got herself educated back at Black Hills Teachers College back then. She taught for the St. Francis Indian Mission as a 3rd grade teacher for a lot of years. And she passed away in the mid-90s. And she raised a lot of boys. And so my son was just a baby, 6 months old by the time she passed away, so he never got to know his grandmother. I went to school at Boise State after I came back from Europe, and I finished there. I got a bachelor's from there and a master's from there and came home. I worked for the Idaho Highway Patrol, and I had a wonderful career there. I always wanted to be a patrolman, and so that's what I did. And so I came home and had to re-educate myself because you things are different in this state as far as the highway patrol goes. So, around here, when you went to St. Nicholas University, you're either a teacher, a social worker, or someone that worked in business. So there wasn't too much of a choice, and they were still developing some of the coursework over at St. Nicholas. So I went there and I finished, and then became a teacher and started working at St. Francis Indian School. And I went on to work at different schools and got educated in special education, and worked in the elementary and the high school. Also teach Lakota Wolaka. So I work with students to help them get involved in learning their language. And there's a lot of them that are involved, and they really think a lot of it. And then there's a lot that happen to believe that our language isn't going to get them anywhere. And that's their belief. We're rapidly losing people here on the Rosebud due to this COVID thing. So I don't like having to say that, but there's truth in the matter that our language is slowly leaving and nobody's paying attention. So, or maybe there are people that are paying attention, but it's leaving and there's not a thing we can do about it but try to help it along the way, in which we're doing at this school. So I think it's wonderful that we have viewers that really pay attention and ask questions about our school. I also went to school at Oglala Lakota College over the border. I went to school with Mr. Herman, who's vice president. So we drove down the road every week until we finished, and I got my master's from them. So that's what I worked on. I was getting ready to retire by the time I was approached to come work here. So got some few good years left, and so after Wakanja get no shakya. Nagshi Lakobo Blaka. I still have an opportunity to help them learn their language. So, in a nutshell, that's me, Jacqueline Whitebird. You're welcome to check us out. We have a lot of videos that could be seen by the public. So.